has all these amazing stories and all of these crazy stories. And I was like, damn, you know what? What's a story that comes to mind when I think about something that's happened to me in my past? And I want to know if you guys can relate to this. So I was dating this girl named Kelby at the time, and we were dating for, a couple of months. And she was like my first real girlfriend, right? And we were tight, bro. Like this was like, middle school going into high school. So, it's young love. Anyway, we were doing, cute shit for each other all the time. Mostly her. She was a very sweet girl. But I remember one day she had come over to my mom's house where I currently had lived, or where I had lived at the time. And she decorated the entire room, like top to bottom. There was not an inch that wasn't covered in streamers, balloons. I don't remember if it was like for my birthday or what, or why she did it, but she decorated my entire room. And then her and her mom waited for me to come home from school. After school, I was like, fuck it, I'm hanging with the boys. So I was out for hours. I never showed up. I never came home. And eventually they just hang their head and they left, they went home. And dude, so I come home and my mom's like, yeah, real nice. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, go up to your room. And so I go up to my room and there's candy everywhere, streamers hanging from the ceiling. As I told you guys, balloons everywhere. And seriously, they went all out and they were going to surprise me. And I never showed up. And dude, I feel like a piece of garbage. I remember being seriously upset. That was the first time I really felt like, oh my God, I really did someone wrong here. And man,
but the thing is, wait, hold on. You didn't really do it.
I know.
You really didn't do her wrong though.
It was a surprise.
You didn't know. You didn't know.
Yeah, how was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to know?
Yeah.
But I felt like, you know what I mean? Somebody really who cared about me tried to do something very sweet and very nice for me. And I turned out to be the asshole in the situation. You know what I mean?
Hey, no, but here's the thing. It's your birthday. You're never the asshole on your birthday. Even if you're the asshole on your birthday, whoever is getting, fucked out of the situation just has to suck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, okay. I've been an asshole on other people's birthday. That's a fact. Joe Money, do you remember Aaliyah's birthday on Put-in-Bay?
Dude, listen, Ryan was so fucked up, and he was like, you guys have to get this espresso martini. I'm like, dude, I don't want to drink it, bro. He's like, no, I'm going to grab you one. And I'm like, dude, I really don't want to drink it.
So we end up in the bar with 4 espresso martinis, and nobody likes them. So I drink all 4 of them. And, espresso martinis are like straight vodka. And go ahead, Joe, what happened next?
And then we were riding out and then riding around in the golf cart. Ryan gets up and hangs off the back like, wow, like all white girl wasted and shit. And then he fucking falls and cracks his head open, bro.
Boom. Fucking
holy
bleeding
shit.
I'm bleeding all over the place. And eventually I think my coworkers, Aaliyah's in the corner. It's her birthday. She's crying. I'm bleeding all over the place. Hannah Mallory's there, like, what the fuck's going on here? You know what I mean? And I was just out of it, dude. So I think my coworkers picked me up off the pavement before the cops, threw me in the cellar. And they took me back home to my home, and they're like, you need rest, okay? And I was like, all right, and so I lay there, and apparently I kept getting up out of bed, and I would go over to my next door neighbor's house where everyone was hanging out drinking, and I just kept drinking and partying, I wouldn't stop. And I wake up the next morning, there's blood all over my pillows and shit, but there's still more to the story. So they just keep feeding me alcohol and other, what are those called? Uppers, I believe. And,
he was feeding himself the uppers. Do not let him watch.
Yeah, no one was force feeding him uppers.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean,
I'm volunteered for the uppers.
I'm like, just stuff it in the wound. But no, so then they're like, we're going to the disco, which is the, it's the select private strip club on Put-in-Bay. And I'm fucked up. And I remember my boy Joe Money is DJing there that night. And so when your friend is on stage DJing, you can do whatever you want. That's basically what I walked into it with, right?
Yeah.
So eventually,
my
dude,
God.
everyone's in there drinking, partying, having a good time. I get up on the stage with the stripper pole, and I'm on the stripper pole dancing and fucking, really, I'm not a woman. I don't have tits. Nobody liked it. And so they grab me and they rip me off stage. And then I try to start fighting the security guard, and he throws me out. He pushes me out. And long story short, I got in my car and skidded my tires outside, and I fucking drove home. Almost hit people too. Like it was probably my darkest days. And I just remember after
Oh,
that,
my
like
God.
waking up to my phone, having a ton of text messages, phone calls, some of them like, "Are you okay?" And some of them like, "You're a shithead," like all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was a very dark time for me, but a night I will never forget.
Hey, that
Damn.
night was
Bro,
really fun.
honestly, when
Damn.
you were talking about the falls, I was thinking about like Tyler is honestly taking some hard
Oh.
falls on the longboard on Ken.
yeah?
Look, if we want to talk
Yeah.
about that,
Let's hear about let's hear about one of those.
So what? There's a couple of them. The first one, I think. So at our old work, we worked at like the zip line, and they're very like fucking hype about shit. They're just like, I don't know, they're all into like the new age kind of like vibe. So they're like, what if we did an Olympics? And so the night before, I had tripped fucking balls, like skateboarding all over the fucking island. Like that night, we fucking took a couch. We took a couch, we put it into the skate park that is surrounded by fence. We fucking like lifted that bitch over and we threw it over. And then I didn't know, but we're all sitting on that couch and somebody looks at me and is like, "Tyler, do you want acid?" And I'm like, "What kind of fucking question is that? Of course I want some acid." So yeah, we fucking take that shit.
He knows.
I take that shit. I'm fucking skateboarding around all night by myself because it turns out. Do you remember? I don't want to call anybody out here, but like, Nick, do you remember Luke?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude.
bro.
He gave somebody his like signature fucking Sour Patch Kids, and this motherfucker doesn't know which ones are dosed. So we all get random ones. So we're in a group of 4. And 2 people got really strong ones and 2 people got like low dose ones. I got low dose and so did my other buddy, but like the other 2 people got high dose. Like they went up to this high point where you could see over the ocean and everything. And apparently they slept in a fucking tree and just watched everything melt around them. But back to what I was saying, I ended up like skinny dipping and like fucking almost getting the cops called on me. Wake up the next morning, we have this Olympic thing. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go over there. I'm sitting over there, fucking dying acid brain in the middle of this, trying to be funny and, trying to have like a good time. And apparently we have this guy named Fernando and he likes to film shit. So I've come up with this alter ego. His name is Dick Triggle and he's a reporter for Channel 69 News. We report on sex, weather, and violence.
Dude,
Yeah.
oh my God. I'm going to let him finish the story, but I have to bring something up after this. Go ahead.
Fucking Dick Trickle. But yeah, basically we're like doing all these events and like I'm getting bored, like at that point in time in my life, I was like, I don't want to fucking stay here at work when I'm not getting paid, which I was getting paid, but like I was kind of a dick. So, but it got to a point where we were walking up to this hill and over by there was our aerial adventure course. And so we had like this thing where we hook people up in harnesses and they jump off a platform and a rope would like slowly bring them down and they had to like throw something in there. And I was like, it would be great right now if I grabbed my skateboard and bombed this hill shirtless. So like I grab my skateboard and I'm walking up there. Dude, and I shit you not, I'm fucking walking up to the top of this hill and I turn around and all I hear is and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I turn around, it's a fucking drone and I'm like, this is gonna be priceless. This is gonna be priceless. So I get on my board and I start going. And I'm going fast. Like I've never bombed this hill in my fucking life, but like I'm going fast. And I'm like, fuck it. We're just gonna go with it. So we're going. We're starting getting the speed wobbles. And I'm like, you know what? It's not a bitch move to to bitch out as long as I roll out in style. So I fucking like jump off. I take 1 step, 2 step, 3, and then I do a full roll. Little did I know that was a newly paved road. So those rocks were sharp as fuck. Literally cut me from like the top of my armpit all the way down to the bottom of my ass.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. That fucking sucked.
And it's all on video.
It is.
No,
it
yes,
all
I'm
is on video.
about to pull it up on the YouTube channel. All right.
Fuck yeah.
It's on a YouTube channel.
Yes, I have to
insane,
see it now.
Dude, that's awesome.
I gotta see it now.
Yeah, that was a good day.
So
How
what's
long?
the
Okay,
vibe?
it's only a 4-minute video. Let's just watch the video.
Yeah, please play it so I can commentate.
Okay.
What you'll have to
All
do,
right.
Nick, is just like you pull it up first and then
I gotta
skip.
No, I got you. I'm hip. Here we go.
You'll have to skip a little bit so it doesn't get copyrighted.
I think all of it's non-copyright. We know.
Skip
the
a
guy
little.
who made
No.
it.
Okay.
Oh, the fucking ads. Yeah.
Yeah. This. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
You probably won't recognize me in that.
Okay. All right.
I look like a fucking child.
It's lagging right now. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Oh, it's here and there. It's in and out.
Yeah, it's in and out right now.
23rd annual Zip Olympics.
It is. This is better.
Skip forward a little bit.
Kind of here and there. Yeah, it's like it's in and out, Nick.
Let's go, baby. Yeah.
All right. So I just stop it.
Yeah, maybe we can get the
Should I
link to
stop it?
that. We can get the link to that and put it in the description, for sure.
Yes.
But,
Yes. We'll
If
put
you
the
want
link
to see
in.
this guy kill it shirtless over.
Yeah, just honestly.
link in the-
Well, the other thing is that it shows like he got a perfect shot of like it looked like a fucking bear came up and like just fucking like scratched out the side of me.
yeah, that's my favorite kind of
Oh.
longboarding. You know, the reckless kind.
Dude,
But
the thing is, longboarding around Catalina was cool. Like there were like certain hills you could go down that were like safer than most, but there were hills like the hill he went down was really like it was really steep, and like the hill's long too. Like it's a road just around a mountain. You know.
Yeah,
straight up.
right.
So what is that like? Do you know if there's cars coming at you, or are
No.
you taking that risk?
You're taking that risk every fucking time, dude. Like
like it.
I that's funny that you say that. Because I bombed the hill one day, and so how it works is like you go down this hill, and then it's like a straight fucking right turn. And I was trying to go to work, and I saw all these people who were partying, and I'm like, you know how cool it would be if I like bombed this hill in front of all these people who are fucked up right now. I'd be the coolest person on the fucking planet.
Is this what you think before
No.
when you're bored at parties and functions? Are you just like, let's go bomb the nearest hill shirtless?
Yeah, motherfucker.
He turns
Straight
into
up.
He turns into Muscle Man from the regular show.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's my
Man.
shit. Man. Oh, dude, fuck yeah. But I fucking hit this road, and I'm on my board. I'm like, yeah. And I take that sharp right turn. I've never seen a car there. So an island taxi fucking pulls right in front of me. And so the island taxis aren't regular taxi cars. They're fucking minivans. So
Yeah.
just imagine like I full speed fucking ran into that minivan, and I do not know how I didn't fuck myself up. Because the funniest part is, so this knee. Does everybody see this knee right here?
We
Does everybody see
that
this beautiful knee? I can't feel shit anymore because I lost the left side to a lift operating accident where I saved a child, and then I lost the
That's
right
very
side.
noble.
Thank you very much. I was very high in coke. But no,
That's when you get the most shit done.
that's when you get it done, you know. But basically, I lost the other side of that fucking van. You know, I'm gonna go back. I'm going back to the island to reclaim my knee, man. I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of that van.
Someone just fart.
When's the last time that you were on the island?
I think I went back there with my ex probably around maybe February last year. And I went back there and I saw everybody, and I was like, meh.
Meh. So is your ex is it a bad topic to talk about?
Let's not talk about my ex.
There's my answer.
Lord. Hey, honestly, I'm cool on talking about my ex from Catalina too. So we're chilling, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that means he
Nicky
doesn't want
boy.
to talk about that.
Nicky
But,
boy, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
I'm digesting that relationship currently. If I had a conclusion for you, I'd tell you it.
So we're gonna pivot real quick, and I want to talk about the whole. I want to talk about.
We're gonna pivot.
I want to talk about Brittany Griner being released from Russia today, but traded for a high-profile arms dealer for the Russians. So we got a WNBA player, and they got the plug.
Can I say something?
Yeah, thanks.
It's probably the biggest trade in NWA history.
NWA history.
NWA. Fuck me. I can't fucking pronounce shit.
WNBA history. Yes, you're right about that. But dude, it's like, dude, here's the thing. Everything is fake. Am I right or wrong? Saying everything is fake. Like, what? Who signed off? Who signed off on that? I just feel like now you're seeing headlines about it, and everyone now there's a big like Victor Bout. Who is this guy? When it's like it's too late now. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who he is. He's back to
They
doing
done
what he
finalized
does.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, like he was dealing arms. Was he dealing arms over here or in Russia?
I don't know. That's a good question. We should do more research on this
Yeah,
Victor Bout guy.
I wonder what like the degree of like criminal activity he really was engaged in. Because think about it this way, like I don't know, like I'm not gonna. Okay, this is extreme, right? Because this is one of the worst criminals of all time. But like Osama bin Laden, right? Like let's say we have.
Depends on who you ask.
Let's say we have Osama bin Laden, right? This terrible person who killed so many people, and then they have a basketball player that got in trouble for weed, right? And I'm not saying that, like, I think what happened to Brittany Griner was fucked up because you shouldn't get put away for 9 years in prison over a weed pen. You know what I mean?
That's their laws. That's obviously
right.
In America
for sure.
that would be fucked up. But
no, for sure. That's the fucked up thing, like from my perspective. But like you cannot give up Osama bin Laden, terrorist, murderer. Like the stakes are way higher in giving away. That man could go and however bad the crime was, like that man could literally go and do something and kill hundreds of people. You know what I mean?
His nickname is the Merchant of Death. That's his nickname. And
Sounds like a nice guy.
No, Victor Bout, the guy they sent back to Russia.
And here's the thing. I would like to say we are happy, and I'm happy that we did get Brittany Griner back. That's good, for us. You know what I mean?
Is it? What is she?
It's not. Maybe that's not. Okay,
like, we got
that's
a human
good.
out of a shitty
It's good
place.
for us that we
true.
freed some of our people, but it's fucked up that we had to get like this awful person. But who knows how bad his crimes are? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, we still have a Navy SEAL or a Marine who's POW, a prisoner of war over there, and they sent over Brittany Griner and said, "Hey, you served the country. You signed up for this. You gonna stay here?" I don't know. Regardless, but I just wanted to kind of get your guys' take on that and how bizarre that is. But yes, I get it. She was in a shitty place, and that sucks. But maybe I don't know. Anywho, I have another news headline here that we're gonna get to real quick. Colombian judge suspended after appearing on Zoom call half naked and smoking in bed. A Colombian judge has been suspended for 3 months after appearing half naked and smoking a cigarette in bed while during a virtual court hearing. In the age of Zoom,
robe.
It was a woman.
Oh, she was probably in her robe. She just got
just doing what
She had
she
that
needed to
after
do.
fuck square.
Dude, that's insane. In the age of all this Zoom and even this podcast isn't on Zoom, but you know what I mean? It's a virtual thing. You know what I mean? Like, how often do you think that happens? Like, do you think that's super common now in like work meetings or even like, have you guys ever done it in school and stuff? You guys are just, got your hand in your pants or you're eating a Big Mac or what?
Ryan, all I really have to say is that if you're not half naked on a Zoom call, who the fuck are you? You're nobody. That's what you're doing. Welcome to the 21st century, motherfucker. I'm half naked right now, bitches.
Garbage.
No, we saw your knee. Remember?
We saw you wearing
Oh, fuck.
pants.
No, you got me.
But I've never been involved in any like work Zoom things. But
Same.
I mean, for school, online school, you got people do online lectures and stuff during COVID.
Dude,
I
yeah,
mean,
I guess it's like, you know, a court hearing is serious business. You know what I mean? And all of these people have just agreed, let's take the easy way out. Just do it from home. And this, like, we're deciding a person's like future here. You know what I mean?
right,
But people are just at
dude.
their house. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it, we'll take the easy way
It's
out. I'll
easy
do
to-
it from home.
Yeah, it's easy to fucking put a
Damn.
guy away for life if you're sitting behind a fucking screen.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
yeah.
No, Joe was just, it's like a fucking video game at that point. Like, fuck it. And that's awful. Joe was just talking about, like, how we, like, people, like, we talk about, like, shit on social media. Say it to someone's face. You know what I mean? If you got a problem with something, you know what I mean? Don't
Facts.
just, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you got a problem with shit,
Arguing
talk to
over social media is the corniest thing you can possibly do, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're close with somebody or if it's a family member. Like, that shit is so weak. Ryan, if me and you ever got into a Twitter fight, I would literally shoot your house up for fucking trying.
Well, here's the thing: if we ever got into a Twitter fight, it would be for the bit. You know what I mean? It would be a complete joke the entire time, and everyone would think it's real.
Hey, let's just get into a Twitter argument under like a topic like abortion or something.
Jesus God. But no,
I'm
that's
like-
the thing. If you do that, then no matter who has the funny side of like trying to, because everyone know, I don't know, people are gonna riot. You know what I mean? You're gonna receive hate if you start fucking
Darn.
arguing about. But anyway, you brought up abortion, and that word cuts like a knife, my friend.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Ryan. It's your body, your choice.
That was a play on the word cutting like a knife. But anyway, where should we go from here? I have another.
Tyler was telling me how he's living in Virginia now. What are you doing
that's
in
right.
Virginia?
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm just chilling at the parentals right now in the middle of collecting moolah. Okay. This is what.
Tell me about your story about like what
Man.
happened after Catalina and shit. You know what I mean? What's been going on? You know,
some shit is fucking went down, and to everybody else, some shit has fucking went down. All right, basically, when I was in Catalina, what ended up happening was like I kind of fucked up. I fucked up my brain a little bit. I did some drugs that I definitely shouldn't have done, and so I had to go home and
What
fucking
drugs?
it rhymes with Beth. So basically, yeah, shit happens. You know, you think Beth is something else, and then Beth apparently has shown
Beth.
itself.
I knew you out of all people, dog. I promise.
And then you like Beth, and then you like Beth.
And then you like Beth.
then you don't like Beth.
Hey,
You get mad that it's Beth. You're like, it's Beth.
Fuck Beth.
It's
Beth's
Beth.
a dirty whore. Beth's a dirty whore that's gonna take your lucky 20 out of your back pocket and then fucking leave you for dead. But no, back onto that thing. I had to go home, fucking deal with some shit, and I sat there and I was like, oh, I could go back and go be a fucking zipline guide because what's his face? What was it? What was our shitty boss's name? The guy who you did better than?
Okay. All right, hold on. Let's back it up a little bit. No,
Okay, let's back it up.
We're not gonna say his name, but we had a boss, an individual, a person.
He was a fucking asshole. He let so much stupid shit slide. I did not like him. But basically, yeah, he fucking like he sent me out some shit and he was like, "Do you still want to do this?" Yada yada yada. And I was like, "Fuck that!" And guess what, motherfucker? I became an outdoor education teacher. I moved back to LA. I was in San Bernardino. I did that for a while, and I worked for this bullshit organization called Pally. I fucking hate that thing. It's called the Pally Institute. It was some definite bullshit. They called me up and they're like, "Hey, do you want a job here? You will only be in cabin for like 3 days a week." Motherfucker, I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner with those kids, and then I had to fucking teach them all day, all week long, and then I only had an hour and 30 minutes off every fucking day. And
Damn,
the
it's
weekend
almost like you had to do your job. What the fuck?
motherfucker. Hear that? You fucker.
I'm just playing with you.
Oh,
but,
I know. You bust my
Jesus.
fucking
no,
balls.
I've had jobs where in the description, it's very like it sounds like boot camp. You know what I mean? In the description of the job, you're like, shit, I don't know about this, but let's do it. And then you get there and it's like glitter. You know, it's like a fucking. You know, it's nothing. It's nothing. What does that sound?
Who's shitting?
It sounds like a fart. It might be something being scratched, but no, I've had jobs where it's like the description says it's all like fun and game, or it's very serious, and then you get there and it's just all fun and games. Everyone's on some bullshit and everyone's having a time, And then in your case, sometimes they say it's all, hey, you know, it's all loosey goosey. And then it's like, that's when they're the most strict, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's something
Thanks.
like that. I don't know. All I'm saying is
Red
that
flag
it was
is
bullshit.
when they say we treat each other like family here.
Yes.
That's automatic red
Fuck
flag.
that. I'm not drinking your fucking Kool-Aid, bitch.
Yeah, none of that shit, bro. I'm
Get the
not
fuck
going.
out of here.
Good
I don't know, but yeah,
gravy.
basically I was doing that for a while in LA, and then I said fuck that, and then me and my ex moved to their parents' house over in Cincinnati, and then we stayed there for a month, and then we shot up over to whatchamacallit, San Francisco. I was there for like a month, and I was like, what if I just didn't teach? And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. So kind of like ended the relationship here and there. But ended that off, and then I ended up moving to Idaho doing downhill mountain bike stuff. And I was like, huh, I miss teaching. So I fucking moved back here to Maryland. And then I was like, now I'm like, I don't like teaching. So I fucking quit again. And I'm in the midst of like, what if I just bought a car, worked on farms, and lived in the fucking woods like the hippie that I am? So yeah. I'm just going to buy a new car and go fucking live in the woods and be naked. Fuck it.
Big outdoor guy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at night, if you ever need a blanket, just fucking take that mustache right off and lay it across your body.
Oh, you know it, baby. You're forgetting about these pillows right here, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. No, I remember when I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, you know, when I was graduating and stuff. And I took very seriously becoming a nature conservationist or something like that, I think. Is that, and there's another term that goes with it.
It's like
and
conservationalist.
Yeah, something like that. You know, just learning about plants and stuff like that. And that shit is still cool as fuck. I still like that stuff. I
know what you're talking about. It's like you could go to hockey for
and
this
tourism.
horticulture. Is that what it is? Horticulture?
It was conservationalism or horticulture and tourism, nature tourism or something like that. And I got accepted to go to what's that school that's right by Ohio University? And it's
hockey. That's the one. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, because they had horticulture
too.
Yeah, and that was like I only applied to one college. That was it. They accepted me, and I didn't go. I was like, I could have, but I didn't. You know what I mean? Like I just needed.
What could have been? I could be a plantist.
I could have, but I didn't.
Ryan, I feel like you would love plants. I feel like plants would love you.
Yeah, it depends on the plant, really. And sometimes plants can be tricky, dog. Sometimes their feelings towards you will change. You know what I mean? Like growing up, I would play outside a lot, as we all did, and I ended up getting poison ivy. 20 years later, I'm hiking through the mountains of Colorado, and I'm walking through poison ivy. It doesn't even touch me. You know what I mean? Like
Shit.
I've become immune to it somehow. So it's like, it's really interesting how just like your taste buds change every 7 years, you don't get poison ivy after 20.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
Dude,
One
Ryan,
time, when I was
like Ryan's on a whole house with like different types of plants, like a Bad Housewives of Hollywood, but it's like bad plants of Ryan Mosier's house, and they all have interviews. And Ryan's like, "Look, you were good, but I'm waiting for you to be great."
Dude, it's like a fucking shrub with sunglasses on and a fucking sideways hat. It's like, man, this place is whack, dog. I ain't even need this job, dog. I just came here for the food. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, we're gonna get you help. You know what I mean?
And then like two plants, a cactus plant and like a Venus flytrap are fighting over you.
Yeah, right. It's like I'm the
You had
fucking
security trying to hold him back.
Yeah. And security's a big fucking like Christmas tree, like two Christmas trees, like fucking pulling them apart. This got weird.
God.
But yeah, hockey in college, where I hear a lot of people are into the Beth. And so maybe it's probably for the best that I didn't end up going.
But ain't nothing like being an educated Beth head.
Yeah, sometimes we're all a little bit of an educated Beth head, you know.
Yeah,
dude,
I feel that.
Have you guys seen Tales of the Streets? It's an account on Instagram, and this guy goes around and he does a lot of good for the homeless community in Phoenix, Arizona. Like he gets clothes and he donates them. He has people send him clothes so he can donate them, and then he mics these people up. He gives them microphones and he interviews them. So what's your name? Are you homeless? How'd you become homeless? What's your story? Like he's kind of like, you know, not a lot of people are doing anything about the homeless. You know what I mean? And this guy's like just an average Joe who's on the front lines, like, you know what I mean, trying to help these people.
Motherfucker,
But
that's no. I think that's really cool. But
it is insane.
on the other hand, fuck the rich because that's why people are homeless. That's all I'm gonna say.
You got to explain. You got to say more.
Okay.
Context.
So, have you guys ever been to LA?
I have not.
Yes, I've not been to LA, but
So,
I know exactly what you're talking about because Long Beach is. I'm sure it's pretty close to the same thing where it's like, dude, it's not half. I don't want to exaggerate it, but there's a lot of homeless people. Like you really see homeless people.
You
know,
see homeless
Yeah.
people, yeah.
and it's like trashed down. Like the streets have garbage in them. The signs look beaten. Like it's really crazy the energy out there. And I'm not like hate like Cali's cool for some people, but it's just not for me. But like that, it was really crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Really
And like I kind of feel the same. It's just like my whole context behind like fuck the rich on this one is like I necessarily when I first went there, I was just like, oh man, these homeless people are probably on the street because they're like, you know, they're fucking addicted to drugs or like they didn't finish school. And it's like, no, it's literally because a lot of homeless people just have fucking problems, man. They just have like physical problems that like make it so they can't work and so they can't make a lot of money enough to live. And so like as you know, in places like LA, New York, Seattle, where it's fucking homeless, being homeless is crazy. And I'll tell you, San Francisco is fucking nuts with homelessness. Like teachers are living in their fucking cars because
That's wild.
like yeah, because rent is so high. But another big reason behind this is because these rich people, what they do is that they come into these cities and you're like, huh, what if I just had a house in like the most convenient part of the city where everything is just so convenient and I make this house as big as possible. So a place that could probably house, I don't know, I'd say not 10 to like 15 people, but probably like 6 to 7, you know, like 6 to 7 people. And something like that. Like these rich people come in and they're like, what if
6 to 7 homeless people or 6 to 7 people who could pay rent to live there?
Just people in general. Give me a minute. Yo, no.
I gotta do my laundry before I go to bed. Can you come get your
Yeah, in a minute.
stuff out the dryer?
In a minute. Sorry.
You're good.
Basically, now going back to my whole entire point behind that is that like these people have these houses that are so big for one person, so they're taking up all this space in the middle of the city.
Right. So you're saying it's a spatial issue more than it is. It's like there's not enough space for all these people.
There's not enough space and there's not enough affordability. I mean, like as somebody who like I don't like to toot my own little horn, but like as a very well-traveled person, like, you know, you've gone to these cities and you see that like there is room for these people in places because as working, like I worked for Aspen and I worked in Vail, and so you meet those rich assholes who are out there.
Yeah, I worked at Vail too. I worked for Keystone for the Vail Resorts.
I didn't know that. We're gonna have to talk about that here in a minute, but
I would love to.
Hell yeah. But yeah, man, like you get invited to like their townhouses out in Denver and shit. Like, and you see how big it is and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why do you own this here? Like, why don't you have like a mansion out in Springs? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if I had that kind of money, that's personally what I would do. I want a ranch out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? I want a fucking, you know, cattle or something. I want one horse just grazing, you know, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. But
I just use
him and Selena are running hand in hand in a meadow, and there's
flowers and butterflies.
Like those shits coming off the flowers and stuff. And they have a picnic, and then a bird flies by and poops on Ryan. He's like,
No. The bird like flies by, it lands on my shoulder. It's like whistling to me, and I'm like whistling back. You know what I mean? Like,
and then Selena tackles him, and then they're like rolling in bird poop.
And then we roll too far into the cat or the horse's manure, and we're just fucking we're like mud fighting in the shit.
And that's how mushrooms were born, guys.
Besides the point, that's how babies are made. But besides the point, yeah. So I worked in Keystone, Colorado, at 9,280 feet.
Hell yeah, baby.
I worked over at the Adventure Center, which is the largest natural ice rink in North America. 5 acres worth of ice.
All right, so no, if you know about that ice rink, this past summer I was in Sun Valley where they have that ice rink that's open during the summer, which is like, it's nuts, the technology behind it. I
Mm.
don't understand it, but it's an outdoors ice rink that somehow they have these sort of curtains on top of it, kind of like sheets, but they have holes in them. So it brings in sunlight, but it makes sure that the sunlight doesn't melt it, which is,
Interesting.
it was crazy looking at it. And most of the time it was water, but like you would see professional ice skaters coming out there to like do the routines. And yeah. that's
Hey, can
fun
you
with it.
ice skate at all?
Oh, fuck no. I can only do one thing in ice skates, and that's eat shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
love
I'm the
it.
same thing with skis, man. Bored till I die.
me too. I haven't tried skis, so I can't really hate on them, but I prefer the snowboard. Have you ever have you ever had any real hard falls on the snowboard?
Motherfucker, I was out over in what? I was over in Aspen, and I was running down some shit. It was backside bowl of what, Highlands? Yeah, we were doing the Highlands bowl, and I saw this fucking meaty ass little jump, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna fucking hit this little natural jump right here, and it's gonna be fucking sick, dude. And I had never hit a jump in my life. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Fucking nah, man. I fucking hit that jump, and the next thing I know, like I land on the back of my feet, and like I'm basically like twirling through the air. I land on the back of my feet, and I will tell you that is the worst pain I've ever felt. Have you ever had a scooter like spin around and hit your ankle?
I have.
several times.
Imagine like fucking Shaquille O'Neal did that to you. That's kind of how it felt.
Yeah.
It felt like a big motherfucker came around and just like whack.
Whack.
Jack Diesel.
Whack. So
Yeah.
I was boarding one day, and we were all just having a little powwow doing our thing, and it was still my first year riding. Like I had never snowboarded until I got out there, but by the end I had like 40 days on the mountain, and I was very confident. I was having a ton of fun hitting jumps and stuff like that. And I had gotten a little too confident and let my guard down. I just caught an edge, and I came down like very fast, so hard on my collarbone and my shoulder. I fractured my collarbone, and I didn't get it treated. I was just like, I'll just sit out for a while. So, so about 3 weeks goes by, and now it's the end of the season. It's employee ride day. I hadn't ridden since I fractured my collarbone, and everyone's like, dude, you got to come out for employee ride day. It's going to be a hoot. Everyone has fun. It's awesome. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting a little bit of mobility back. I'm feeling better. Let's do it. So we go on employee ride day. We do it the whole day. We're having fun. It's awesome. We're everyone's picking up snowballs and throwing them at each other, shit like that. And before you know, I go to pick up a snowball, and when I throw it, my back foot comes forward. I catch another edge, and my shoulder comes down. I fall right on it and re-injure my collarbone and my shoulder. So I was like, and that was it. That was the end of my snowboarding career. Just because I'm not scared to go back, I just haven't had an opportunity because I moved away after the summer and haven't got an opportunity. But I will find myself back on the mountain next winter. You can put your bottom dollar down.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's the way it be. You gotta eat shit to learn, baby.
You really do. And that's the whole thing, is how I told you it was my first season riding. Like, my friends gave me a board. They gave me boots. All I had to buy was the sweatpants and the goggles and shit. And they're like, we're going to get you on the mountain. So they take me out there, and I'm falling down the mountain like a rag doll the first couple days, dude. I felt like I should have been in a body cast. And by the fourth day, they're like, all right, you're going to learn how to really snowboard today. We go up again, and now we're at the back bowls. We've hiked 3/4 of a mile all the way back to the back bowl, where there's no one. It's just you and nature, you guys. Like, there's no runs. Like, it's just fresh powder and trees and wilderness. And so you have no choice but to do this shit because no one's coming for you. You know what I mean? And so then we shoot, and I did it. I'm going in and out of trees. We're fucking scaling the back bowls, and I did it. And ever since then, I had the utmost confidence that if I can do that, a double black, you know what I mean, I can do anything. So that was how I learned.
It's just really about pushing yourself, I mean, like, I feel the same way. I've done a lot of stupid, crazy shit that I never thought I'd be able to do.
Just like Beth.
Just like Beth, baby. You just gotta, sometimes you gotta try something once and then never try it again. Or maybe 3 times, who knows? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Ryan's thinking of Beth a lot lately.
Yeah, I bet he is. I can see it in his eyes.
Ryan dreams about Beth.
Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
wet dreams about her.
He's like, Beth keeps me warm.
Beth!
Hell
That's when
yeah.
it's like, Ryan, dinner's ready.
Right? And I'm like,
No, Beth!
and I'm like, 1 minute, honey. Just like,
You're like, be on a second, sweetheart.
and then I fucking come in through the next room and I just sit down at the dinner table. She's like, so how's work? And I'm like, great. But but yeah,
Dude,
so
go ahead with what you were about to say.
I was gonna ask. I know that you boys like EDM.
Yeah.
I feel like EDM has changed my life ever since going to the festivals. I was actually behind. I was one of the guys. I was on both sides of the rail at Lost Lands, and I was I was a water guy. I gave people water, and I've been really really into it lately.
Yeah, Ryan. Ryan's just narrating my life. That's what he's doing. He's narrating what I really do.
I enjoy EDM, but Nicholas lives EDM.
Yes. Yeah. This past year, I've been really getting after Escape Halloween, bro. And I moved down here. It's really been like that. Like I went to Ultra, I went to Electric Forest, Lost Lands, and I volunteered at all of them. And then I went to 2 different festivals here where I live, and then I went to Spun Fest. Remember the Spun?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Spun Fest and Spunyon and stuff, or do you remember that? It's like that onion with the eyes that are. Like,
I think so. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
So,
no, I've heard about it.
Tyler, what's your relation to EDM? Is that injected in your veins, or he's like, I like Biggie, Tupac.
Motherfucker, you have no clue. All right. So back in Aspen, when everything was shutting down, there was in Aspen, there's like major club scene, of course. There's clubs like Escobar and I think Ultra, and there's a lot of these really famous clubs. They had to shut down for COVID. So this is kind of the timeline of events. I lived in Vail in 2019. During that time, I found a little sweet doggy named Ketamine. And I found a bunch of like.
What kind of dog was it?
Oh, it was a fucking mean one. I had a bite. No, but basically, man, like I found all these guys who were DJs, and it turns out one of my roommates was one, and so I got really into it. COVID hit, fell out of it, and then I got back to Colorado and Aspen and the ski resorts. I met more DJs out there. I started getting DJs together, and then they started throwing rave nights at this fucking bowling alley called Bull Skis in Basalt, Colorado. And let me tell you, were those nights some of the craziest fucking nights I ever had, man? Because like it was, you know what? It's over now, but like, dude, literally, it was just like people selling drugs in the fucking bathroom, and then literally, like, there was just DJ going on, and then right behind us, there's just fucking families in there. While there's people in holes, man, they're just fucking K-holing out.
Yeah, I feel like at a bowling alley, really, it's anything goes. There's no rules, you know. At a bowling alley,
bro, Star Lanes and Port Clinton, I could definitely see people doing ketamine and shit in the locker room, in the back and shit, you know.
Oh my god. Yeah, but basically, man, like it came down to this point where like we're throwing these raves there, and then these random guys came up to like me and my friends, and they're like, "Hey, we have a house across the way," and that's when fucking shit went down, because then you would rave till 12 o'clock at night, and we'd go over to these people's houses, and we'd end up just closing all the curtains, and literally it became a fucking drug den in the middle of Basalt, Colorado. It was fucking nuts. Like I would be up until 5 o'clock in the morning, like getting shit faced. I'd catch a bus to my house down the road, fall asleep for an hour, and go back to work. And I'd do that all fucking week. I did that for like 3 months straight, man.
It's wild being on a bus schedule while having that much.
Yep.
Like,
you gotta be responsible, man.
If you don't have control over anything in your life, at least you've got the bus schedule. You know,
at least you got the bus schedule.
Right. You're making that damn bus every time.
Tattooed on my ass. Do you want to see it?
Once the route, it's like, is that, you know? But so we used to do what is it called? Frisbee golf in Colorado.
Oh,
what a hell of a time. But one time my friends and I had got dropped off there, and our other friend, we had taken a little bit longer than expected. He's like, dude, I gotta go to work. I gotta go now. So he gets in his car and leaves. We're stranded without a car in the mountains of this disc golf. Anyway, a couple of jokers pull up, and they play their round, and while they're leaving, we're walking out as well. And they ask us, hey, do you guys need a ride? We're like, yeah. So we get in their car and there's all this DJ equipment in the back. And it turns out this guy, his stage name was DJ Squirrel. And he gave us stickers and all this shit. And he's like, I'm going to a gig tonight in Denver, and you guys should come or whatever. We didn't end up going, but we should have. This story would have been way cooler if we went. But yeah, I met a DJ named DJ Squirrel, and
DJ Squirrel. I'm
What
gonna
kind
keep
of,
that on my list.
What kind of EDM music you listening to now?
Who, moi?
Yeah.
Not really much anymore, just because like I've definitely mellowed out from my EDM days. You know, like I've definitely been vibing from that. But like I will say that like I miss headbanging because
Bro, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
do you guys? I think her name is fucking
Beth.
her name is Beth. No, there's this DJ named Maisha or something like that, and so we had these Bitcoin bros out in Sun Valley, and like they're doing some shit over there, and they randomly flew this DJ out from LA to like play this show in this small little like club that we had in the middle of the ski town. And like it was a shitty little club, and like it used to be a pizza parlor, so they turned a pizza parlor into a fucking club. You can only imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it was probably one of the most fucking nut shows I've ever seen, man. 'Cause you're walking in this little club, like, and then next thing you know, like there's this massive LED screen behind this lady, and it's just fucking, it's murder house. That's what it felt like. It felt like house music, but like house music and hard bass. You put that shit together, and then you like sprinkle a little bit of fucking meth on top of that shit, and then
Is it like hard style where it's like dun, 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 like,
no, it wasn't
like,
hard style. It was like house, but like extreme house. Like it was like scary house.
So
yeah,
Tyler,
honestly, bro, like I live for that, like just violent bass screaming, just like
fuck yeah, dude, just like destroy your ears for no reason.
Yeah.
Why not? Fuck it.
no, it's
dude,
amazing.
first of all, Tyler, you look like you listen to Bob Dylan now. And second off, are you a good bowler? Are you any good with your fingers and balls?
I'm very good with fingers and balls, but like bowling in general, no, not at all. I'm terrible
Really?
at bowling. No, I fucking strike out every single time. I had a fun time doing it anyway.
Striking out in bowling is actually a good thing, but
It's all right. Ryan puts up the bumpers. Don't let him fool you.
and then I just fucking polish myself up and roll down the lane.
And then after the
got, like, one of
podcast,
those
Ryan gets all
fucking
pissed
slides.
off at me. He's like, Nick, really? You had to fucking bring up the bumpers? God damn it. Fuck you.
Dude, could you imagine if we recorded a podcast in a bowling alley?
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun
so
as
fun.
fuck.
So,
Bro, and then Joe is in the background and he shoots it like a basketball, like the dude from what's the Imaginary Friends? You know what I'm saying?
Will.
fuck yeah, yeah.
Will.
Well, yeah.
And then they're like, dude, I fucking told you for the 9 times, stop shooting it like a basketball.
Dude,
I'm
one
like, I'm
time.
Kobe Bryant.
And they're like, your helicopter's waiting for you outside, sir. But
Oh, damn.
but one time I
They
had
take you to prison.
one time I had taken a pair of bowling shoes from a bowling alley. I just wore them.
Shit.
I wore them out, and then it was a fashion statement. I would wear them like out, like to bars and stuff. I would wear bowling shoes, but they have no grip on the bottom. And it was countless times walking out of icy bars in Colorado, I would just slip and fall in my ass constantly.
I have a story. So one night we were getting fucked up, and it was a big night because we had people from Vail. Oh, I know. We were doing illicit drugs. Basically we're getting fucked up. We had people coming from different ski resorts to come over because they had finally heard about the raves, and so we had a bunch of people there. Crazy fucking night. I hold very hard that night, but I remember eating like 8 rocks of Molly and then fucking going back to the party house, and we ended up just like sitting on this couch, and I didn't get up. Everybody else started getting up and dancing around, and then I did not get up from that couch, and I just sat there. And have you guys ever seen the beginning of what is it called, King of the Hill, where like everything's just moving around them? That's exactly how I felt.
There.
Yeah, but apparently this one chick who was like, she was wild, and she was acting like a fucking asshole. She sat right next to me, like got butt ass naked and started playing guitar like the worst anybody could ever fucking play guitar, like terribly. And then at one point she starts dissing all my friends. So she starts calling my
Dissing?
homie like that, like
Oh,
fucking
dissing. I thought you said
Diss-
dissing. I was like, holy shit.
just pissing on all my friends, like fucking.
Can you
No.
imagine?
But this is what happens. She's dissing my friends, and she's like calling all my friends ugly, and I break out, and I hear her say that, and like somebody who's like high as fucking Molly, like I don't like it when people make fun of people. So I look at her, I look her up and down, and I look down, and I see she's only wearing bowling shoes, and I just look her in the face, and I just go, bowling shoes. Bowling shoes, and then everybody starts chanting bowling shoes. We all start going bowling shoes, bowling shoes, bowling shoes. And she like just fucking gets up and runs out of the front door, and like nobody ever saw her again.
Wow, butt naked in bowling shoes.
Butt naked in bowling shoes disappeared into the fucking Colorado forest, man.
Dude, that has to be a
Jesus.
song. We need to make a jingle.
Butt naked in bowling shoes? No,
Butt naked in
naked
bowling
in-
shoes.
And then Ryan comes with a freestyle rap. He's like, "Yeah, I'm butt naked in bowling shoes. I just rolled a strike and a span too," or something like that.
butt naked in bowling like exactly what you choose, that type of shit.
Yeah.
But God, man, that sounds awesome, dude.
He's
Yeah,
like,
man.
he like goes to the left. He's like, "I still got it."
He's so excited that he spit that one bar. Okay. He's like, yeah, whatever.
No big
He's
deal.
like, "There's nothing to it. Nothing
that'll-
to it."
That'll be on the internet forever.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hey,
So,
really
I'm
quick.
trying
So we were okay. He had brought up Shaq, right?
mhm.
And I just want to I was kind of gauging this thought earlier today, so I thought I'd enter Shaq in with this conversation. I was thinking of just like a celebrity I really respect. You know what I mean? I'm like, hell yeah, that's a dude that like I can see just based on the outside, and I stand on what that man stands on, and just the fact that like he can do his basketball shit and like wear the suit and tie on TV and then go and fucking DJ and headbang with all these like kids and doing the festival shit, like that's really dope to me. You know what I mean? And so like I was gonna ask you guys, who do you think is like a celebrity you like really like look at and you're like you just vibe with? You're like, that dude, like I respect what he puts out there, and then I also like at the same time fuck with what he does.
Kanye
LeBron
West.
James.
Ugh.
I was gonna say, what if you guys said like right at the same time, like Chris Evans? Or something?
Chris
Personally,
Evans?
I'm really
Right,
fucking
like
with
Chris
Steve
Evans, like, why the
Buscemi.
fuck?
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. I really like the way his lips sag.
Have you seen the movie? Oh, I love it. What is it called? Fuck! It's with Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, and Brendan Fraser. Oh my
Not ringing a
god!
bell.
I've got it on. I've got it. Airheads. I've got it on
Airheads?
DVD,
No.
dude. If you
Oh
like,
wait,
Steve,
yeah.
where they take the radio station hostage with guns that are filled with
Mhm.
hot sauce.
Yep.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Now that's a fucking movie, man.
That is a good movie.
It's a pretty good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Mm.
So who's his is Steve Buscemi, Nick's is Shaq, mine's Kanye
Yeah.
West, and whose is yours, Joe?
LeBron James.
LeBron James, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron James. I also resonate with that LeBron James as well.
LeBron James.
I don't even have to say much. I just had to say LeBron James.
Yeah, just have to say him. That's it.
Yeah,
Right.
literally.
Yeah.
The king.
Yeah,
The
but yeah,
king.
Unfortunately, his career's over.
yeah.
You're fucking crazy.
Ryan, why don't you go chop some more trees down, you fucking lumberjack?
That's fucking
Yeah.
Tyler. That's Tyler. What are you talking about? He's the one gonna be
Personally?
running around.
No,
being
he's an
like,
outdoorsman. There's a difference.
There's a difference, goddammit. I fucking love trees.
Bro, honestly, Tyler, like I really like had so much fun at Shark Harbor, bro. Like I
Oh
really
my
had
god.
so much fun. So like the
Oh
zip
my
line takes
God.
this trip to this part of the island. So like Catalina Island it's giant compared to like Put-in Bay. It's giant, and it's just a big ass mountain in the middle of the water. And there's only like 2 areas on the island that are populated with or like have people residing in it. And there's Avalon and there's 2 harbors, and still there's both of those pieces of land are like 10% of the actual island itself. It's a big ass island. So we go to this a secluded spot called Shark Harbor. It's I don't know exactly where it's located on the island, but like it's literally just us and the zip line. And we're just hanging out there. We're chilling. We're smoking. We're drinking. We're doing our thing. We're jumping off of cliffs. There's a place to cliff jump. We had fires. We were making, dude. People brought surfboards, and the ocean just happened to be perfect current wise. And the sun
Holy shit.
set in the middle of both of okay, so think about it this way. It's this giant harbor. There's these two giant cliffs on each side, and then dude, right in the middle is the sun, bro.
Yeah,
it was
fucking
absolutely
crazy.
It was absolutely incredible.
So Nick, Tyler, what does your dad think of you telling these stories folding laundry behind you right now?
Folding laundry? Oh no, it wasn't my dad. It was my fucking stepbrother. I don't know. I don't think they give a shit. I don't know. I'm open. I'm an open.
What does your fucking mom and dad think you on here talking about?
Your dad
talking about
seen your podcast where you like Kanye West? Fuck.
They don't even know why Kanye West isn't cool anymore.
Oh God.
But no. What do my parents think? They love me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Love me. Yeah, they accept me for who I am.
I want to go back.
Right.
I want to go back to something real quick. Nick, did you go on that hike? Did you go on the hike from Shark to Two Harbors?
No, I did not.
Oh my fucking God. Okay, boys. This was the
you gotta
best.
Tell me, enlighten me. Yes.
So basically, when Nick, we had the whole zip line there. And Nick, like, we all came in these big ass fucking Hummers. I remember the party started right when everybody started leaving in the Hummers because some of us stayed behind to go camp and take a 6-mile hike the next morning. So we stay there and we're all drinking our asses off, fucking sitting down by the ocean. Like, we're all tripping ass on shrooms. And I remember I brought a fucking hammock there. I didn't have a tent. I didn't have a blanket. I didn't have anything like that. I had a fucking hammock in a place where trees don't exist because it's a fucking desert island. So I sleep in somebody's tent with that hammock over me, tripping nuts. And I wake up the next morning. Now this morning set up probably one of the greatest acid trips I've ever had in my fucking life. How it started was we all got up and we went down to the beach. And we just sat there. We just reminisced about the end of a season, the end of a zipline season. You know, it kind of felt like the end of a story. Mm-hmm. And
it really did like that.
Yeah.
When I think about it too, like Shark Harbor was the last
that was the last hurrah.
It was the last like hell yeah of the Catalina days for myself anyway.
Yeah, same. But basically we're all sitting there and we're like, who's ready to go on this hike? And Notorious, good old buddy, turns around and asks, who wants some acid? And me and 3 other people are like, yes, I would love some acid. So that person gave us some like dosed Starburst, or was it Starburst? No, it was Sour Patch Kids, and everybody else decided to do mushrooms. Now what I didn't know is that these motherfuckers were dosed hard. Mm-hmm. These weren't low doses. These were big doses. And we start hiking. We start hiking along our way, and we're going up this hill. And I didn't know that this acid trip was going to change my life until this point, because we look at a fucking ridge, and there's just a man on a horse, like it's fucking, like it's Reagan sitting on a presidential horse right behind the fucking sun. And I sat there, and I was like, "There's no way that's fucking real. There's no way that's real." And it was. And then music starts playing. Apparently, in the cove over, there was a fucking horse thing going on, and like we're just walking by, and we're all just like laughing and giggling while all these people are riding around to Western music on horses.
No, dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
dude, I would have been.
Oh my God!
I would have leaned down and took a sip right out of the stream, dude. I would have just fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. But man, so we start hiking. We hike more, and we're like, how far have we gotten so far? And it only been a mile. It felt like 3 fucking hours at that point. And I keep on asking people for water because, like, personally, I'm a camel. Like, I have to drink water. And dude, like, nobody brought any fucking water. We're all tripping ass, and nobody decided to bring any like essentials to life. So I'm sitting there tripping ass. I'm tripping dick, and I'm looking at my other friends, and like the trip has finally hit us like hard. You know that point where you're just trying to ignore it and just keep going and trying to have fun. Yeah, like
it's like you're thinking of it, are the drugs working right now? And then you're like, I think I feel something, and then something happens, and you're like,
yeah, I'm high.
You're like,
I'm here.
Fuck,
I'm here now.
I'm
yeah.
Here. But yeah, we're just walking in the middle of this fucking desert island, and we're looking at each other, and then out of nowhere, one of them says, "I'm a lizard," And we're all just like, I'm a fucking lizard. And we start like talking to each other like we're convinced that we're fucking lizards. We're just like, I'm a fucking lizard. And so we start just like crawling on the ground like we're fucking lizards, man.
No
until
way.
until it gets to a point where we all look at this mountain. And I don't know why, but this specific mountain started engulfing into itself. It started doing like a relapse where like 2 parts of it fucking went out and then came back in. I looked at that and I looked to the left and I saw a falcon, and I shit you not, that was the most beautiful thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
That falcon.
Now, we keep walking. One of the people on acid starts fucking vomiting everywhere. That was terrible. But we just keep going. We keep going. And we get to a point where like everybody's like, fuck, we need water. Because we're literally dying as humans on this 100-degree day, tripping on psychedelics. And I shit you not, we go around the corner and there's a fucking bathroom in the middle of this goddamn island with a pump hose. And we all start like, we run. You guys ever seen that movie Holes?
Yeah.
You remember the part where they find water?
Yeah.
It's been
Same
it's been a
shit.
while.
Literally the
Same
same
shit. I
fucking
thought-
shit. We're running over. We praise that shit like it's a fucking god.
I thought you said only the bathroom, and you guys were like drinking out of the bath, like the toilet. Fucking.
Fuck, I would have.
Oh, they brought. It's like who's got a filter, and someone pulls out like a water filter.
Fucking Manus knows me. I'll drink out of that toilet. I ain't no bitch.
It's amazing.
No,
I don't think any story's gonna top that one, guys. I think that's a wonderful place to leave it at that incredible story about fucking the best acid trip you've ever had.
yeah.
Where you
That's
thought
awesome.
you were a
And-
lizard.
And he discovers the source of water.
Yes.
Happily ever after. Of
Beautiful
love.
source of water.
And then they went to the pump and they pumped out nothing, and they died in the desert.
We just died. We died in the desert. We died
This-
lizards.
Yeah.
I died a lizard that day.
I love it. Well, you guys, this was so fun. Tyler, it was so nice to meet you.
So
Yeah,
nice
Thank
to meet
you
you,
so much
Tyler.
for
Good
coming
meeting
on
you,
the
homie.
show.
This was
This
fun,
was
bro. Thanks for
great.
coming
Fuck
on.
yeah, no problem.
Until next time, and everybody out there watching, this is the More Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe,
Hell yeah.
and we'll see you next time.
Deuces.
Deuce.